Hey guys, this is Leo with dualsim.us, and in this video I want to do a quick unboxing and a first impressions review of this ginormous BLU Studio 6 LTE phone. So this is a first LTE capable dual SIM phone that works in the United States and Canada, and that's why we're interested in it. So we'll do first review, speed tests, and we'll also compare it to this Posh Titan HD. So this is the phone that I last reviewed, and this is an octa-core dual SIM phone that works on US 3G network, not on LTE. So let's get to it.
Alright guys, so let's take a look at this bad boy. Once again, here's a 5-inch Posh Titan HD that we'll compare to our today's contestant, and once again, this is BLU Studio 6 LTE. Let's put that aside. Here's the phone itself. Now I already opened it, set it up a little bit, so we don't have to waste time on that. First quick observations. Once you pull this protective screen off, you have a clear screen protector already applied by BLU, which is nice of them. You know, you don't have to bother spend time with it, and you're not gonna scratch your glass. Now, I don't know if the glass is Gorilla Glass or something else. I'll do some more digging and report back to you, but at this point I'm not sure, and I don't know how scratch resistant it is. But okay, so let's concentrate on the phone itself. So your standard volume rocker and power button on the right hand side, nothing on the left edge, USB plug and headphone jack on the top. So 5 megapixel selfie camera, I'm not sure if it's great or not, I'll test it later. 13 megapixel shooter on the back with LED flash, and your back cover. So the back cover is soft touch plastic, softish. It's really nice. The phone doesn't slip out of my hand. Kind of like it. Let's take the cover off and I'll show you what's inside and why we're actually reviewing this phone in the first place. And that, once again, is the dual SIM capability of this phone, and this is the most important part for me, because we are dualsim.us and that's what's interesting to us. So once again, this is a first LTE device that I know of that is capable to run LTE network with dual SIMs at the same time. So the other side, I've put a 64 Gigabyte SD card in it, but if we look at the spec sheet, we only see up to 32 gigabytes. So I'll have to confirm that. At this point I don't know. The battery is 3200 milliamp hours, which is really nice. It's a big phone, huge screen, so you need a lot of juice to power it all day long. Okay, so let's put this back on. One thing I forgot to mention, there is no NFC antenna and no wireless charging on this phone. This is just a pure piece of plastic. That's it. Okay, let's take a look inside. First, once again, a screen. It's just huge. This phone is rather heavy. It's 183 grams. I'll actually put on a scale for you in a second, but back to the screen. Besides being heavy, it's actually very bright. You might not be able to see from this video because of the white balance, but I really like it, and it has an excellent view angles. You can see it doesn't get dark as I turn it away from you, which is very nice. Usually in these budget phones they put crappy screens, like my BLU Life 1 had a pretty horrible screen. I think it was the brightness on it was set way up just to compensate for it being dark, so everything will be just horrible. Okay, software side, this is KitKat 4.4, and BLU is notorious for not providing updates for its phones. If you go on Google Plus page, you'll just see people begging for an update and they just ignore them. which is horrible on the Blue side, but you know, you get a budget device, so kind of know what you're getting. And even like LG and Samsung are not great about updating their phones, but at least they do them sometimes. But they only update their high-end devices, and low-end never get updated, so it's normal practice. I won't expect Lollipop for this phone. If it comes out, it would be nice, but don't expect much out of it. Okay, so let's put the phone aside for a second, take a look what's inside the box, put that away. So you have USB cable, great, everybody has that. Some cheap headphones. If you don't have any headphones, this is nice, even a microphone button with a stop call button. Okay, let's put that aside. 1 amp charger, great. Additional headphone inserts, that's nice. So some user manuals, we're not interested in that. What's great is that BLU also included this soft Tpu case, because it's actually hard to find cases for the new phones that are not very popular. So you won't have to look for it, it's clear. And you also have a second screen protector, which is also nice of them. That's it, nothing else in the box. So let's put that in. Back about the headphones, I actually compared similar headphones from another one of BLU devices to my Samsung headphones, and Samsung just blows this cheap stuff out of the water, which is horrible. Okay, so I'll turn this box over so you can see the specs while I'm talking if you have any questions. Okay, quick few notes. I already talked about the screen quality, that I like it. It's a full HD screen, so 1080p. Let's do a speed test real quick so you can see the difference between T-Mobile LTE and T-Mobile 3G. Now Bosch Titan HD says 4G on it, but that's T-Mobile's 4G, so it's really a 3G. You can see here it's a non-LTE. Okay, so launch speed test. Now we have 5 bars on both of the phones. The BLU has LTE signal, as you can see here. That's 4G. Let's go. So while that's running, I'll just tell you, since we're inside the house, I have a T-Mobile's provided 4G Lte Signal Booster, which dramatically increases call quality, eliminates drop calls, and speeds up the LTE signal, but it doesn't do a great job doing that, although much better than if I didn't have that device. So on another note, the signal outside my house is also not great, so I guess if I had good signal outside, we would have much better signal on the inside. Anyway, that's boring stuff. Once again, back to the device. As I mentioned, it's huge. You can see this phone is also not small, you know, it's the size of Nexus 5, so just gigantic. Right, so it's very hard to operate this phone with one hand. I can barely reach the phone icon. If I hold it like that, I can't reach it at all. So I have to kind of go like that, risking dropping the phone. I can definitely not reach it that way, diagonally. So expect that if you have small hands and short fingers, that you will be doing a lot of two-hand operation. But besides that, the huge screen has its advantages. You can read stuff on it easily, you can watch YouTube videos. It's much bigger device, much bigger screen, and you have a lot more real estate to watch stuff on. So for example, this video, I'm not sure what this is. but
Hey guys, so I teamed up with Mountain Dew.
let's check HD quality.
I set up
Okay, small
a stand here in LA, and I'm going to be pretending to give away a taste of Mountain Dew Baja Blast, which, as you might know, was released in bottles and cans for the first time during the summer, but is now unavailable in stores. When people ask for a sample, I'm going to...
Okay, we're gonna stop watching that, but as you can see, no hiccups. The sound is pretty good. The speed of the internet is pretty nice, and overall, I really like this phone. Now I'm gonna test drive it for a couple of weeks and then do a full review for you, where we'll check the camera quality and the GPS performance, speed test outside, and all that good stuff. But so far, it's a pretty nice phone. Okay guys, one last thing that I completely forgot to do, and that is to check if we can install a 64 GB SD card into this phone. Now, like I mentioned previously, the spec says you can only go 32 GB, and I have a 64 in there, so let's check. Let's go into storage. So the phone itself has 13 GB available to you, and that's internal storage. And external, I don't think it's gonna work. So yeah, it says preparing and then doesn't show anything. So yeah, you will have to use a 32 GB micro SD card. You can't use a 64 GB on this one. That's a bummer, but if you root your device, I'm sure you can do that. That's a software limitation, and that's due to Microsoft's licensing fees, and I guess BLU didn't want to pay them, so you're stuck with 32 GB out of the box. And if you root the phone, you will have full access to 64, maybe even 128. Okay, like this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. We need more subscribers, and check out our future videos and a full review of this phone. Okay, see ya.